Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at Bitcoin, seeing what's going on with this downtrend here. Now, are we going to hit this 0.5, 0.618 fib level? We'll find out here, obviously in the very near future, but bottom line is that 0.382 is usually the start. Okay, that's the very first starting point. We got a decent amount of support here with volume, but not a tremendous amount. A lot more volume down here. So it does lead me to believe we should see the price actually pull back a little bit further, if nothing else, to kind of get down to that 35, 36,000 range. Okay, so again, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, hope you can learn something here today. And make sure you check out our new crypto exchange here, Bitunix, phenomenal exchange. Excellent reward bonus there for using my link to register. And you obviously get some trading competition bonus rewards later down the road too once we start rolling out with that. Let's go ahead and look on the back end here, kind of see what's going on here with these leverage, okay? Because again, we can see a lot of different leverage amounts here at about what 34,900, and then of course there's a lot of tighter ones here at about 37.5. Okay, so we talked about that earlier today. Just simply put, those lower liquidation levels are probably high risk, high leverage, right there at that range. But it makes sense considering the price action and the way that things are pulling back here. So the reason why that's relevant is because with more leverage at specific price points, we could see these liquidation hunts. We saw that earlier with XRP just an hour ago. Jumped up 15% in one 15-minute candle, and dropped 15% in one 15-minute candle after. So again, just some crazy, stupid stuff that happens a lot. Hopefully you didn't get caught in that, but we did close our trade out at a smaller loss, but we would have incurred a lot more of a loss if we hadn't closed it. So sometimes you just kind of got to take those in stride. So these are the longs here. This is the largest amount of longs here at this point. We got some late longs at 36,900. They're currently underwater. We got some wrecked longs here too as well. Or actually, no, those are probably wrecked shorts at about 35,600. Okay, so 35.6, we can see some closed positions there. And then, of course, at 36.9, we got some open positions left over. Same thing here with shorts. We can probably see the inverse as well. Got some nice shorts there. Some folks are shorted at 36.8 and 36.9. Congrats if you got to that level. Very well done. Let's quickly note here, the last 7 days, we can see a lot of volume all over the place. I mean, this is a crazy amount of liquidation. It really just implies that we got a wide range of different leverage amounts, okay? So the 5x leverage trades are probably somewhere in the 30,000 range, or the 44, where the high leverage trades, shame on you, at 37.7 are ultimately hedged right at that level. So let's see if we can get a little bit better perspective with a shorter time frame and kind of just focus on this here. Because those outliers don't matter as much as the more closer ones here. So we have a lot of liquidation at 36,300. Those are some longs there at that level, and then we got some shorts at about 37,000. Okay. So with the price being right there at 36.5, we're kind of smack dab in the middle, but truth be told, these longs are looking very close to getting wrecked. And again, a lot of those are there because the most recent low is about 36,350. So of course the liquidation level is just below that. Okay, so just keep in mind, we come down to that 36.3, which I think is still probable. We're going to see some significant problems. Okay, in other words, the price could continue to run if it comes any lower than that. So taking a look here at the daily, let's just quickly note, because we talked about this earlier, RSI and money flow index, they're pretty high. The thing that's kind of an unfortunate scenario here is this divergence on the RSI. Stochastic definitely swinging downwards, and we can also see here as well, we got a MACD divergence. So that bullish momentum from the weekend has since subsided, and reality is starting to set in, and the price is pulling back. Okay, we are above all moving averages. That's nothing to be concerned with right now, but just know the 20-day SMA is kind of hanging out right there at about 35.3, 35.5. So with that kind of moving, so to speak, we no longer have this ascending trend. We're also breaking this ascending trend here too, that once ran concurrent with the 20-day SMA, or I believe it's going to be the 50 or the 100 on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, why don't we go ahead and take a look at that here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Spread this out a little bit. There's the 50-day SMA holding tentatively right now for support level. We did lose a 20 again here on that level there, and we can also see this ascending trend has discontinued. So now that we've broken below the trend, we do have the 50-day SMA as a potential support, but that is pretty much the extent of it. Money flow index is coming out of this coin. We can see the RSI as well under 50. That's typically a bearish sign. And of course, we can see the MACD significantly diverging. So don't let this fool you here just because stochastic is really low and the MACD is swinging here. It does not imply that the price cannot continue lower. It implies that there's more room for that, honestly, based on the way that we're seeing here so far. Keep in mind, we are getting somewhat overextended. We're at a 7 now. We got maybe another 8 to 12 hours of continuation of the downside before we might see a bounce. Keep in mind, a bounce could come in different ways, or never at all, honestly. I mean, it's inevitable for us to get one, but truth is, I think there's much more potential for the price to, retest 36 or 35.6, right in that range, to potentially, fill some of these gaps here. In fact, if I recall correctly, we had some lower liquidity levels here. There's some sell side liquidity between 33,800 and 34.4. Obviously, some buy side liquidity here as well, but that could also get swept. So try not to buy into the whole like shorting super hard right now. I do think it's more probable the price is going to come down lower. A lot of signs are pointing down, but these manipulation wicks we're seeing right now is pretty aggressive. It's not present on Bitcoin yet, but it can and will be soon. And what I mean by that is just take a look at this guy here, for example. This is some garbage. Look at that, a 15% wick to wreck all longs and shorts, and just to hit the big old reset button. What's to stop Bitcoin from doing that? Again, I know that's XRP, different story altogether. Why even compare it? I'm just simply getting the obvious here that those things can happen, so it wouldn't be surprising if the price just shoots up here and then comes right back down. We see that happen a lot, at least we did before. I'll be honest, we haven't seen it as much lately, just based on the fact that there's a little bit more stability in Bitcoin with the extra amount of volume, less manipulation essentially, but it is still a very real thing. But what I'm getting at, this has 38,000 could very well be retested and then just turn right smack dab around. I was expecting that to actually happen here recently, but it just pulled back instead. So again, we lost this trend line. That's the bottom line here. Just something to be mindful of. Last but not least, let's take a quick look actually at the hourly and just quickly peek at the cloud and kind of see what's going on here, because this was giving us bearish signs earlier, but we weren't fully broken down below, which we are now. So this is all green lights to leave your short position open. You have no business taking a long position right now. I know, buy the dip, I get it. Feel free to add to your position as a dollar cost average if you consider that. That's perfectly fine. But in truth here, this is not the best buying opportunity based on the overall sentiment and what we're seeing here so far with the coin. Again, we broke below the bullish trend. We have a lot of bearish signs on multiple time frames. So to me, these are signs to, again, leave your long position where it is. Do not touch your long position. In other words, actually better, let me state that correctly. Do not open a long position. Consider taking a short, and with our short position we have as a community that's open, leave it open. I'm confident we're going to be able to hit our targets, and obviously if you're not confident yourself, that's perfectly fine, but I personally feel that 36,000 is an inevitability. Okay, so again, just keep in mind, based on Elliott Wave and other theories as well, we could see 36,000 and 35.6 as the next potential targets. All right. Just some friendly advice there. Be careful and cautious. Use low leverage, low position size. I'm super proud of our community members for doing that. If you take a look here, we got some awesome traders here. Look at that. Nice little 15x, 10x shorts. I really love to see that. 5x there. Kratos, good job, buddy. I'm glad you caught the top end of that XRP trade. Very well done. So again, really cool stuff here, but no matter how you look at it, we got to treat the market with respect. Truth is, the price action should continue lower, but there's also a lot of liquidity levels we got to be mindful of. I'll send all this stuff out in our playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Again, make sure you jump on over to Bitunix if you are in the US, Canada, and you need a new exchange with the VPN and KYC requirements. I have heard on the back end that BingX might be requiring KYC in the near future, which was our go-to for a while. So keep that in mind. That is a possible reality. All right, thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Take care.